Andy back, stripping for gold, and I found my favorite TV to break down. Actually, I had no idea. I was cleaning out my garage because it is such a mess, and I thought it was just the shell of the old Panasonic Veira, and it's got to be a plasma. See this thing? It's a monster. I could barely put this on the table. This thing is heavy. So, what we have today is I'm going to tear it down. I'm hoping that this has a bunch of boards. I love these things just because they get tons of boards. It's amazingly crazy what makes me like jittery happy is a TV that I can take apart for a bunch of circuit boards. But it does. It's the little things. All right, be right back. I'm going to show you the back of it. All right, there it is on the patient table. Let me swing this camera around, and I'm going to go to the sticker so you can see what type. Or specs, I should say, what the specs are. Okay, here we are. Here's the television as a whole. Boom. It's nice. I shouldn't say it's nice. It's whatever. It is what it is. It's broken. It was, April 2009. So, this is Plasma HD TV, 2009. It's kind of a late plasma. I can see a circuit board there, low grade there, another low grade. Speakers. These things are built like brick shit house. Excuse my language, but they really are built heavy duty. They don't. There's also a million screws, but so okay, you can see there. It's got the standard. Oh, it's got an SD card slot too, so I guess you could put a movie on an SD card if you wanted to. Play MPEG movies or MP4s. I don't know. Probably not MP4s. Newer codec standards. But video, audio out. So that's it. Okay. I'm going to tear it apart and I'll show you the innards in 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Took off the back. That wasn't so bad. Bunch of screws. But and it looks like your typical Panasonic Veira with a ton of circuit boards. Yay. Oh. Your dad roaming around upstairs. Uh-oh. Okay, let me reverse camera and I'll show you the back. All right. Oh, you know what I'm going to do is pull this off too. So another board. This is just lovely. A lovely night, especially since I'm getting over my cold. Finally, throw this in the middle pile. Okay. So here is, look at those dirty fans and my ADD jumping me from thing to thing. Let me just zoom back up. Okay, so here we go. And look at this. Just look at the boards. This has quite a few. I'll let you get a better picture. All right. I mean, it's a big TV too, but plastic's going over here. All right, so, typical board, aluminum, copper, your insulated wire, transformers with copper, huge capacitors, not really worth anything, but cool looking. But all your aluminum there is extruded aluminum, and that's, good quality. I think some places pay more for extruded versus sheet versus cast, but I'm not sure. It depends, I guess. And but that's a low grade board. I'll strip it for all it's worth. I love getting all the copper. That's kind of fun. You do that while you're watching TV too. It's a no brainer. But okay, on to the more expensive. And there's a bunch of expensive boards. I shouldn't say expensive. Higher grade boards. Still gonna be, this is, probably God, got a lot of MOSFET transistors there. You see those on the heat sinks? A lot of copper. But this is gonna be like a low mid-grade peripheral board. So another one that I'll probably, unless the prices really go up, which price of metals is crazy right now, commodities. I think silver is at 65 something. It's almost $66 an ounce last I checked, which is crazy, crazy high. Never seen it that high in my life. I think it's the highest it's been. Gold 4,300 plus an ounce. Your palladium is almost 1,600. Your platinum is over 1,800. So you know, my pile of precious metals has gone through the roof in value, which is nice. Always the last resort thing, but it's good to know you have it and it's going up in value. It's a great thing about the commodities and precious metals. Okay, but back to reality. Okay, so there's your sideboards. I'll pop off those heat sinks. I don't have it. Oh wait, I do have a flathead. Let's see if I can pop one off. See what's underneath one of those boards. I'm curious. Well, this is probably. I mean, it's. Okay, yep, there we go. There we go. Hopefully I didn't remove the processor, but okay, so it's got you know, remove those, and these boards are, you know, maybe mid-grade or high-grade peripheral, depending on, you know, I don't, you know, it's gonna be borderline because there's not a ton of population there of great things, but there are 4 ICs and not much else, nothing else to. But I don't know. It might have to check what people are, you know, some pictures on. If you go to boardsort.com, the forum, you can see all the different photos of what boards are considered. Okay, but back to that low. This is another, well, again, mid-grade peripheral. Not as high as I was hoping it would be, but tons of stuff to strip off of it. Now, here's your higher end board. And, you know, I got all excited thinking that this was going to have, like, oh, there's a BGA. It's hidden underneath a teeny little ugly aluminum heatsink. That's right there. But that's a BGA. See that little gold corner part? Gold cornered BGA. BGA stands for ball grid array, and it's the, if you were to take that chip off, flip it up, on the underside, it would have these little round gold balls, and they call it ball grid array, BGA. So, you know, there might be, I don't know. Oh yeah, wait. I'm thinking, because I can see a little nick of, I'm thinking that's another one there. I don't want to pop the chip off. Anyways, I'm thinking if I pull this board down, if I get some of the ugliness out of here, this thing can go as a high grade peripheral, especially if it's got the BGAs. I'm sure there's a crystal oscillator in here. What they call this RF box. There's another better name for that. Yeah, there's a crystal oscillator right there. Your copper if you want, but probably clean up some of this. But if there is some significant chips there, and I'm sure these are gold. I haven't seen these connectors. It's different than what I'm used to. So how do you undo this? Oh yeah, okay, so you just flip them up. Different than the other ones I've seen. But there's your gold. And that means the connections in there are most likely gold. Gold. So, gold. Fun gold. Speakers, blah, blah, blah. There might be another surprise board. But you know, look underneath. There's a surprise board under there. Oh, I don't know if it's low grade. Okay, I'm going to pull this off. I'll be right back. Nothing really exciting. I was hoping it would be a lot more, but it's just this little sideboard. I was seeing just one of those long boards. I'm curious if these have any. I mean, it looks like no gold there, other than maybe where the connector is, but let's see if, you know, I don't know if these, I don't know if I can get that off. Oh, come on. All right. Using this long bit, you know, probably not the greatest idea sometimes. It's great when you have a recessed screw, but there ain't no recessed screw right now. Okay, that's loosey-goosey. I'm just going to pull the rest of this bar off. I'm just going to see him. That's if Andy can line up the screws. Okay, there we go. My Walkman is falling off. What do we got here? Why won't these come out? Let's pull off the speaker. It's in the way. I do have to say, Sony uses quality items. Like their speakers are nice. Like a lot of televisions now will skimp on the speakers because they know you're probably going to hook it up to a surround sound system. But that's a decent speaker, you know. Decent sized magnet. You know, what is it? Oh my gosh, it's like a 2x6. Like an old car speaker. But they will... Trying to figure out how these things connect. Oh, they're the flip-ups. What I just showed earlier. My Walkman keeps falling out. So let me grab the straight end. Oh yeah, there we go. And boom. And boom. All right. A lot of dust in this. A lot of dust. Might need to shower after this. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right. I did undo it all, right? 1, 2, 3. Boom. No gold. What a buzzkill. All right. Well, you know, that's a low-grade board, too, other than your big, fat MLCCs. See those? These, right there. Those MLCCs are friggin' fat. I should take a magnet to them and see if the magnet sticks. If it doesn't stick to them, they're probably higher grade. So let me get a magnet. Magnet from a speaker right here. I mean, this is not going to be the best way to... You know what? This is too big. Doesn't feel like it's sticking to... It's aluminum backed plasma too, so I'd love to be able to get that out. Anyways, all right. So I'm thinking these boards there. I don't know. I'll find out if they're high grade or not. They probably do have gold connectors there, though, right? So that's a bonus. That's it for boards. Panasonic Veira. I thought it was going to be better. The amount of boards, 2009. So maybe at this point they just got better at reducing the amount of boards. So you only had this one high grade board that does most of the work. You know, I think that and that are doing some power and maybe audio functions. But this is doing the majority of everything. It looks like it has a BGA there, BGA there. Maybe a flat pack and maybe a flat pack up there. I'll know when I pop those off. Let me see if one comes up. It's just the goop and stuff, so we're not going to be able to see. But I think that could go for a high-grade peripheral board. Might need to be cleaned up, some of this junk taken off of it. I'll take off the metal. Maybe the plastic will be light enough. Leave that there. And maybe remove this RF box, or definitely the coax connector. And then it should pass. You know, you've got gold connectors and things that'll also make it valuable. Okay, so yeah, I hope you're hope you're not too let down on that one. I was hoping that was going to be a better board and a better group of boards, and not that great. Once in a while, you just the cards aren't in your favor. Today was not in my favor, but it's getting late, and I gotta go put children to sleep and put myself to sleep. Cook up a cocktail of like, I don't know, I'll roofie myself somehow. Gotta get to bed tonight. Well, thank you for watching Stripping for Gold. But didn't really find great gold today. But thanks. Talk to you soon. Andy out.